On the last episode we had on cars that give you epic and awesome fuel economy numbers, we had the Honda Insight, a properly designed car, a different approach. And then today I have a sister, or do we call it a brother, if you know the joke from Uganda, the Toyota Prius. Now these cars have been going head to head for the longest, okay? And today I want to check out this 4th generation Toyota Prius and see whether it matches up to the capability, ability, design of the Honda Insight. How good or how bad is this car? And the good thing is, this car still lives on because we have another generation after this, which looks superb. Bugwa tells me it looks like a small supercar, and it actually did 0 to 100 in less than 4 seconds. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to having that in the Kenyan market and us getting up close and candid with that particular car and see what has Toyota done to it. But today, let's settle the debate. Are you going to buy yourself a Honda Insight, or are you still going to drift and buy yourself the Toyota Prius? As always, special thanks to KDG Imports for lending us this car for this review. If you're looking for a car to buy, kimbia pale KDG Imports. Opposite Prestige, they have a variety of cars, kuanzia kwa aka Honda, kaka ka Toyota Prius, all the way to the big baba, like the Volvo XC60 we had here, the Lexus NX 300 we had here. Like, they have a variety of cars. So kimbia pale, look for a guy called Ibra. I'll put his number right down here. He'll hook you up with awesome proper deals. Now, kimention jina yangu, you might get yourself a discount as well. So let's get into this epic review of the Toyota Prius. I can't wait to tell you more about this car. Of course, the first thing that we have to settle is the looks. Now, I understand. You see, when I did the review of the Honda Insight, it made sense for Honda to depart from this style of looks, because back in the days, the Prius and the Insight kind of looked the same. It was just baked differently, but if you looked at them, it wasn't a car too, like one car looking differently like the other, but it was similarly the same thing. Sindio? But now, Toyota decided to keep on going with this design. I don't know. If you look at the previous generation, this looks slightly better. It looks much better. It looks modern. It looks improved. However, even though you might say this car doesn't look good, and I agree with you, hata pia mimi kidogo kwa looks, I believe these are the looks that only your parent or your sister or your brother will appreciate as good, but the rest of the other people will be like, ay, hapo kwa luku. However, this design is one of the best aerodynamically created car in planet Earth. It has a drag coefficient of 0.24. Sawa sawa? That is better than the best that we've had for the longest time, which is the Tesla Model S. And that is how you get epic fuel economy from this car. So there's nothing much to talk about this car in terms of design, apart from that approach to giving you good fuel economy. However, you have updated headlights, which again look nice and easy, and they are projector LEDs, so it means visibility is top notch. And then you have your weird looking fog lights, hapa hivi, which are active, so you take bends again, it lights up to show you. There is a bit of it that is LED and a bit of it that has a bulb. Interesting. However, parking sensors, your Toyota logo, Christian in blue, meaning there's hybrid things going on. And then because these are revised version from 2018, you also get Toyota Safety Sense. That's the technology on cameras that is right here, meaning this car is rated quite highly in terms of safety. Now, rolling to the side profile, again, signature design on the Prius. And back in the days, even the Honda Insight, you will have this sportback design that rolls all the way to the rear. And I'll tell you a secret once we get to the rear of this car, because the design huku pia kidogo. But the idea around this design is giving you epic practical boot space. However, the side profile is quite easy, interesting. There are a few things that have been made in terms of changes. on this platform. One of them being the suspension setup. So previously we had a torsion beam huku nyuma, or a bar ile inavunjika kama ya Mazda Demio. That's what we had on this side. So the suspension in the rear was never independent. Okay, it was, tunaelewa ile chuma inapita pale chini majama. Yeah, that is the idea. But on this one they actually changed, because what we have here is double wishbone independent suspension at the rear, meaning this car is quite comfortable for people who are going to sit here. Hapo mbele we have McPherson starts. Again, for the longest time Toyota doesn't like changing things. Okay, if something is working and it's cheap to keep and it's cheap to maintain, you keep that one. So hapa mbele tuko na McPherson starts. Hapa, depending with the trim you're going to buy, be it the S, the A, or the A Premium, you're bound to get a different set of wheels. But this one, I am not sure which trim this one is, because the differences in terms of trim are very minimal and small. You might, Toyota wanakuanga na ujinga, like wanaweza kuongezea headlights alafu wanakuambia ni trim tofauti. So I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments, guys who've driven enough Prius. Is it Prius or Prius, whatever that is? Which trim is this one from the looks? But I tend to agree with them that this trim has very good alloy rims. And this is size what? Let me just confirm. This is size 15 wheels. So I believe if you get other trims, you might slightly get maybe 16. I'm not sure about 17, because they need to keep this car as aerodynamically correct as possible. So they can't have bigger wheels that can create more drag, and which will translate to more bad fuel economy. So that is the reason why they have very easy wheels, smaller in package, and they sit in, they don't protrude out. Sabu, anytime a wheel comes out, hiyo inamaanisha resistance iko higher and you're losing out in terms of fuel economy. Now, I want you to roll all the way to the rear, because now here is where things will start getting a bit more interesting. I don't know whether you guys think this is a beautiful look. Personally, myself, I and my ancestors think this is ugly. I don't know what you're saying about it. Eh? Yes, I'm thinking that this is ugly. But let's give it a benefit of doubt. The reason why they have this design and this look, I told you, the purpose of this car is simple. Fuel economy. Daily running that gives you epic fuel economy, savings in terms of your pocket, and how much money you spend on running this car. Of course, you get your rear taillights, which are LEDs, zinatoka juu zikienda chini, with a very weird design. You have your Prius badge or Prius badge, and then you have your hybrid synergy drive. Now, the design I told you earlier about the sportback design that flows backwards here, and this one has been slightly extended up, which is interesting, because now they're giving you a very huge boot space hapa hivi. Let me jump in so you guys can see. You can carry a lot of stuff. Look at that. I don't know, should I ask Karaoke to close the thing so you guys can see? I can actually fit in here. Angalia. Ikinama tu kidogo natoshea, my friend. It's a huge place. Very huge place. And that is one reason why people buy this car. They buy it for this practicality. They buy it for the comfort of the second row of seats. They buy it, even the cabin itself is quite comfortable. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. But those are the reasons. And fuel economy. So beauty and how this car looks is not an important thing at this stage. However, Toyota did fix that for the next generation after this, because you guys cried and Toyota was like, Sawa, I am going to give you a good car. Do you have a spare wheel? No. You actually get a tire repair kit. As always, every car from Japan right now, tire repair kit. So now, let's go under the hood and see what is this special thing that is giving us, according to Toyota, 40.8 kilometers on a liter. Now the magic of the Toyota Prius, whatever you want to call it, is what is under the hood. So you get here the legendary hybrid synergy drive, a very easy setup, and I'm going to teach you today about this. So kwanza the engine. So we are having the 2ZR, 1800 cc of engine displacement, naturally aspirated, employing the Atkinson cycle, which emphasizes more on fuel economy and denies you performance, which is the reason why you'll actually buy the Prius. This is not a performance car, okay? Then you have an inverter here and a hybrid system that is water cooled. Now, part of the few things that again were updated and changed on this platform is Toyota ditching the nickel metal system of hybrid to a lithium ion system, which is dope. Lithium ion, very good for hot temperatures, very good in terms of charging and discharging. That is what is ideal for our market. Anytime you have a nickel metal system, you will get yourself into problems because that is designed for cold places. Okay, so Toyota listened to people and said that is what we are going to do, and most premium Lexuses are running the same system. Lakini kuna zingine bado zinatumia nickel. However, if you buy the one that comes with a 4-wheel drive system, which they call 4WDE, which is an electric motor at the rear, the electric motor at the rear is being powered by a nickel cell, a nickel metal cell, which is another problem. So if you ask me, I'll tell you to avoid the 4-wheel drive version, because now that one you have a mixture. You have one bit with lithium ion and the other bit with the nickel. So hapo nafikiri tumeelewana majamaa, si ndio? So you have your inverter there, you have your battery underneath, you have all the cabling, and this is also cooled by coolant and air at the same time, meaning that this car has proper cooling setup. So what would be my recommendations if you buy a hybrid? On the 6th, 5th service, please regularly clean your filters. Hii system inatumia air for cooling and liquid at the same time, and it requires service. If you do that, you'll keep your car healthy over time. Right now, we have setups across Nairobi. So many people right now are working on hybrids. So reach out to any, make sure you service those hybrid systems, and those systems will serve you quite well. Now, Toyota claims that this setup here, Toyota claims very high fuel economy figures on this car. But it's not this one that we are reviewing. It's a different one, because when the Insight came out, it actually hammered Toyota in terms of fuel economy numbers. And you knowing Toyota and me knowing Toyota, they will not take that sitting down. So they decided to come up with a different model or trim of the Prius, which they called the Eco. So now the Eco will be able to give you 40.8 kilometers on a liter. And how did they do that? So they shaved off some weight, according to Toyota, and that's how they could actually achieve those fuel economy numbers. And that is how the Prius stayed slightly ahead of the Insight. But the Insight bowed out in style. It had a better exterior looking, it had a more car-like feel, it had a superb interior as well. But now we have this one here. In terms of power output, we are dealing with around 100 horses and 142 Newton meters of torque combined. But instantly, when you put your feet down, the electric motor will give you 6-7 Newton meters of torque, which feels a bit torquey. You guys asking about the transmission. This car doesn't have a transmission. It has a fixed ratio gear between the integrated starter generator, which is motor number 1, and the motor that is connected to the wheels, which is motor number 2. In between, we have a fixed ratio gear, okay, that acts as a continuous variable transmission. Hapo tuko sawa? So the same setup you have on the Hondas is the same setup you have on this car. Na hiyo fixed ratio gears hapo ziko na fluid yake. So that is what you'll be servicing or changing over time. However, it's very durable, it will last you forever, and it is one of the best design on any hybrid system ever. That one is hands down, both on the Hondas, both on the Toyotas as well. And that sums up the whole idea around the Toyota Prius. So now the only thing that we need to do is check out the interior and see what is going on, but we still get to Mayadoshi. So part of the reasons why you'll buy this car, of course, if you're planning to buy a car for a daily drive, gari ya kutembea nayo kuzunguka, cabin space is of key importance. Sawa sawa? Now look, this is a cloth interior. I'm not sure if you can get this with the leather. Uniambia kwa comments, but I've not seen one piece with the leather, unless you're buying it from the European market. But Japanese market, I believe this is what you'll be working with, even though the seats are very comfortable. Now, this car sits very low in terms of the space, the floor sits quite low. So if you sit in this car, utakaa ni kama umekaa kwa ground, okay? That is one weird thing about it. However, it's quite comfortable. The seats are quite comfortable. You'll enjoy being here for a very long time. Isofix points ziko hapa, very good. You even have a drop-down armrest with 2 cup holders, which is dope. for a budget of 1.95, because that's what KDG are looking for when you're going to them if you want to buy this car. That's how much they're looking for. So it's a good place to be in. You have a transmission tunnel there. Even though it's okay, you know, you can fit in. It's not a third guy will fit in, even though he'll struggle. Do we have the seat belt hapa katikati? No, we don't. So basically, hii gari ifai ubebe mtu hapa. But you get the point. But it's a comfortable place. Spacious, look at the headroom. I'm 6'2". I will always remind you, but the headroom is quite nice. The legroom is quite good. I've moved this seat to the almost farthest point. It's not the farthest point, but I can comfortably drive from this position. So this is very good legroom. So hata mtu mrefu atakaa. The good thing is kuna ka space chini ya kiti. So you can actually straighten your legs. You remember when I was complaining about not having space here? Because you have to keep your feet like this, because this seat is far closer to you. Now with this one, you can move the seat mbele kidogo na chini uko na space, so you can actually now bring your legs down. Interesting. Let's check out the front. It's a budget car. Always remember that. If you're buying this car, you're not buying a luxury car, okay? So there will be a lot of plastic, comlango, plastic, yeah. There's a bit of soft plastic going on the doors, but it's a budget car. I told you 1.95, okay? The seats at the front, again, very comfortable. You can fit in a huge guy or a small guy, even though you'd be playing within the seats, but you know, you get it, right? It's comfortable. It doesn't give you much. And they are cloth. Very easy, very straightforward. I told you about Toyota Safety Sense. So you have that package here, then you get all those remnants within the car itself. Like right now on this side, I can do some few options like traction control off. On the steering, I have lane assist, lane departure, I have front collision mitigation. Unfortunately, I don't get rear cross traffic alert. I don't know why. They paid attention to the front, they forgot the rear. Toyota, what is wrong with you? And then being a hybrid synergy drive, it means you can actually drive this car in full EV mode. So you have an EV button here, and then you have a button that can change driving mode. See what ikoma powerful, ile sana. Let me just put her on so that I can show you. So you can change driving modes from normal. I have to close that door. So it is eco, and then you go normal, and then you go power mode. Power mode is when you need all the 100 horses to thrash some cars on the road. You go power mode. But in case you want to save fuel, you can go eco mode, which is where I drive most of the time. The infotainment, it's a budget car. Infotainment, there is nothing to talk about it. This one is the first mode I will do when I buy this car. Delete this, wake up Android. Piano black finish going on the dashboard, and then down here on the center console with very huge cup holders, some extra storage compartment here for your phone and your luggage extras. And then you have your 12-volt socket right here. Then there's some unconventional things going on, like there's a big space here where you can store your phone. The good thing is it's a very huge tray, so my phones are fitting in quite nicely. And then you have a multifunctional steering wheel with a white finish here. I don't know which color white is this, but there's a white thing going on with this within the steering wheel. And then that white again is right here. And then you have one of the most interesting gear shifters invented by man. Blue in color to remind you this is a hybrid. And then unakadigidia, like if you want to go drive, and then you go again. It's an interesting gear shifter and a parking button. That's all you get if you buy the Prius. I like the vents, by the way. So these vents, you can tilt them up and down. And if you want to close them, you flap on the left. Then it closes the vents. So ile ya kufanya hivi hapa juu, no longer there. So you just twist it. Push it towards the end on the left, and air will no longer come towards you, which is dope and epic. You can put your sunshades there. Yeah, that's all. It's a Prius. What do you guys want me to do? Oh, you want to confirm if the steering wheel is telescopic? Let me see. Yeah, it is. It is. It is tilt and telescopic. You guys are happy? Oh, you want me to talk about something else? Oh, okay. Did I tell you that this car has park assist? Yeah. There's a button right here. Even though I haven't tested it. Being a Toyota, it must be quirky. Yeah. That is special extra. Which trim of the Prius is this car again? Oh, you want something extra? Oh, I also have voice command right here. Yeah, the problem is we've not set up the infotainment, so I cannot demonstrate. Yeah, you guys like that as well? Yeah, that's all. Oh, you want to know how to turn off the noise? Oh, there is that here. So you can actually turn off Toyota safety sense. But who does that? If you don't want to knock people, or you want to knock people? Yeah, so you can turn it off like that. Let's drive this car with Mbugua. I hope I will get some feedback on few things about this car from him, because it is an interesting car to drive. The suspension setup, the engine delivery and power. Wacha tu tuendeshe hii gari and discuss more. So, Mr. Richard Mbugua, welcome to the driving experience of the most fuel economical car on earth.
The king, it was dethroned.
It was dethroned kidogo na inside. Lakini kwa sababu Toyota ni watu wa Bwana.
It has always been the king.
Yes, wakasema we are not letting the inside go off the hook. So wakatengeneza kangine kanaitwa Eco. Akosa kanakunywa 40.8 kilometers on a liter. Kakuja kakakula tena inside.
Yani uteka 500.
Ai, unaenda paka Eldoret.
80 kilometers.
So now, najua tume-experience magari mingi sana. The beauty of us doing reviews, Mr. Richie,
is we get to experience different cars.
Like today, we've just moved between several cars.
Yes.
I want you to give me your experience. How does it feel to be inside the Prius? Uniambie space, uniambie seat comfort.
First of all,
is it a car you can sit in every day?
Well, I might.
You might.
But it's very roomy. It's roomy. Like I feel the way uko distant na mimi. Yeah, tuna keep distance.
Yes.
The view for me as a passenger, dirisha ni kubwa sana.
You for the front.
The front.
Yes.
Na pia
the view ya hapa mbele.
The windscreen ni kubwa.
Yeah.
Then you think
na iko mbali unaionea pale.
Unaionea mbali.
Like extended.
It dirisha makes me feel like I'm in a step wagon, you know.
Sindio?
Step wagon.
That shape.
Ukiteremsha wheel yako yote iko nje.
Kama uko nje ya gari.
Something else is I really feel like I'm sitting low.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yes.
I'm really sitting low.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's a good thing. Unajua sasa hii unaweza inua, hii hauwezi inua.
Iko na ile ya kufinya. Hakuna? Haina ile ya kuinua. Oya, una mimi niko nayo.
Mimi niko na kuvuta mbele na kulalisha hii. Kuinuka.
It's a budget car.
Kuinuka
2.1 million.
Unajua hata hakuna ile ya jack.
Yes.
Hakuna.
Mimi niko nayo.
Uko nayo?
Dere niko nayo.
I think that's for me. I don't feel really comfortable sitting this low. Because you know,
but it's a good thing because the factor if you're a tall guy, then uko na
better headroom.
Yes.
Uko na headroom.
So ni venye wewe ni kafupi. Sasa pole.
Sasa nasikia tumiguu tuko hapa because I don't even have anything to support my thighs.
Umekaa kiti moto.
Nimekaa kwa kiti moto. Other than that,
what do you think about the build quality?
Kama umekaa hapa passenger princess.
Siko sawa. Hebu kwa kulalisha.
Kulala naweza lala. Naweza lalisha.
Cushion ya kiti iko mzuri.
Cushion ya kiti.
Najua the reason why kuuza hii maswali kwa
sababu It's Toyota. I feel like I'm sitting in a field.
The reason why I'm asking this question because this is a daily drive. This is a car you buy to actually go to work with, and do errands. So of course comfort is of absolute importance. So if you're not comfortable, then it means the reason why you're buying this car. You're buying this car for two reasons. Fuel economy and comfort. Build quality, nipatie maoni yako before nivalise plastiki.
Hiyo hata tunaongelelea nini hiyo? It's kawaida for
Toyota. Yeah, but it's plastic that will last you 5 years.
Yes. Hii hata kichomo unajua utaipata vivyo hivyo.
Haya, wewe unakuanga mtu unapenda to screen. You've seen the way they put the screen. This one is slightly brighter.
The only reason maybe I wouldn't like it is you as a driver is because kila mtu kwa hii gari
anaona speed. Hapo uko right. Hata wewe sana lakini gari siwezi kimbia.
I notice if ladies were sitting there wakiona speed kubwa pale.
Yeah, of course.
It is always as long as haoni speed you are good.
Sasa wacha nikurudishe kwa powertrain. So hapa tuko na 1800cc.
Okay.
Pair to hybrid motor na battery. Sawa? The good thing ni by the way kwa hii gari Toyota changed. So they moved from the nickel metal type of hybrid system to now lithium. But ukinua kale kanakuja na AWD kuna mahali wako na bado na hiyo nickel metal pale nyuma.
Okay.
Secondary battery ya hiyo electric motor ya nyuma ya kufanya full drive.
Lithium holds
lithium
more.
Ni better. Lithium is better for heat.
It holds more.
No, it's easier to charge and discharge lithium, and also it lasts longer. It's good when it comes to heat. It can manage heat management.
My heat management fit.
Yes.
Unlike nickel.
Unlike the other one. Nakumbuka nickel it's more for colder environments. It works better. Nickel metal is good for cold environments. But kumbuka sisi tuko kwa tropics. So hapa hivi tutaumia. So you don't
kidogo.
Yeah, so lithium is good. Power tunapush around 100 horses. Hapo unajua tunakuanga hybrid na kuanga na my estimate. Alafu torque tuko na 100. It's not a sports car. Torque ni 142 courtesy of course an electric motor. So unapata instant torque. Nafikiri around ya 67 Newton meters of torque. Ukiweka tu mguu chini kama sasa ni kanyaga tu. Unaona kanaenda, unaona? Si ati kakona mchezo
kanafika bia haraka.
Akatuwezi waje 0 to 100.
Hapo ukifanya 0 to 100
lakini kakorect around 10. So si ati kabaya sana.
Kitu kingine nimenotice ni road noise. Kidogo
It's a Toyota.
Kidogo hapa road noise hata kama ni Toyota.
Unajua tumetoka kwa Lexus.
But does feel comfortable.
Tumereview tu Lexus, hao jamaa wajaona hii video, utaona on Sunday. But you've seen the difference between a Lexus.
Una feel ni kama mchana na usiku.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, very important. Sasa nataka unipatie overall points zako. You've seen the exterior of this car, you've seen the new design, you have the overall feel of the entire car. Out of 10, where are you sitting,
I'm giving it a 9.
A 9.
And the reason I'm giving it a 9 is because I was in the inside. Inside while he set another bar 100%. When it came to this.
Agree.
When it came to this,
yes,
it is good for a daily drive.
Yes.
If you're not a techie person, if you don't need anything.
Yeah, but inside is...
Mimi hapa car passenger, nitakuwa tu
umekaa tu.
Nimetulia tu. No, there's nothing much.
So Mr. Richie, you're telling me 10, umesema 9.
9. I feel like for this year, inside really
stepped up a bit.
Okay. And I'm hoping, Prius did step up. So watch out.
For the next generation.
Sasa hiyo itatufikia lini, miaka gani?
Hiyo tungoje
kidogo.
Mbugu alikuwa ananiambia hapa inakuja inakaa kama sports car.
Inakaa sports car.
Wacha watuwekee picha hapa tuone. Ulisema hata ilienda pia kwa track.
It did track. It did 0 to 100 in I think like 3 seconds.
Ikadrift paka.
It did 3 seconds. 3 to 4 seconds there. It was actually, if you're a fan of Throttle House, if you watch Throttle House, they've done it.
Perfect.
And they did it with the Tesla Plaid.
Nice. Interesting.
Yes.
So
for me it's a 9.
Even me, I'll agree with you. I'm also giving it a 9. I think mara hii grading system yako imeenda a group of schools. Because spot on. My 9 is for 2 reasons. It serves what this car says it serves. Kama ni fuel economy, it will give you optimum fuel economy, without a doubt.
Kama sasa tunafanya 21 kilometers.
Na tukiweka hivi sasa tuende hivi tenda paka 30 40. Sawa? So for what this car is meant to do, it's a car you drive from point A to point B. It gives you epic fuel economy. It's a daily. You're not looking for luxury in this car. And for 2.2 million Kenya shillings, and I believe it's value for money. So for that one, naipatia 9.
Chini ya maji I'll still buy the inside.
The only reason why chini ya maji. The only reason why nainyima 1 point because I still feel it's idiot. I must confess the one that is coming next is the one that I will buy.
That one is what you'll buy
for
daily drive.
Yes, but this one still looks hideous.
For me, I don't think it's that bad looking. For me, it's not bad looking.
Yes.
Equal to.
Alafu makelele, road noise, build quality kidogo ametangusha for 2.2. I feel the inside provides more value.
It does. Leather seats.
But these are Toyota. We are still going to buy.
Kama ni Toyota si wanatoka the same scene, neighbors hapo.
Acha tufanye value for money.
Value for money.
Let's talk about value for money. How much will this car set you back? If you buy this one, this particular one I'm sitting on from KDG, they are willing to sell it to you at 1.95 million Kenyan shillings. However, relatively, these cars will cost anything between 1.9 all the way to 2.2 million Kenyan shillings, depending with the trim, whether you know the A premium or the best trim. Sawa? And that is the same price you will pay for a Honda Insight. However, the Honda Insight looks nice. You guys have seen it, eh? If you haven't watched the review, link iko hapa. Please go watch it and compare with the same package we have on the Toyota Prius. So in terms of value for money, this car is meant for fuel economy. It's meant for point A to B. It's meant to haul you for your daily errands. It's meant for practicality at the rear. Does it do all those things? 100% it does it. For a budget of anything between 1.9 to 2.2, I believe that's absolute value for money. If you can't afford this one and you still want a daily runner, like a small daily runner, then go buy yourself like a smaller version of the Prius, which is the Toyota Aqua. Okay? The Toyota Aqua is actually referred to as the mini Prius. So it's a smaller version of this one. 1.6, 1.5, sometimes 1.7 million Kenya shillings. So you save yourself around 500, 400,000 Kenya shillings thereabout, and then you get yourself the same. If you're not looking for practicality and space at the rear and the cabin, you get the Aqua. Sawa? I think, and I believe I've wrapped this. Can I see you guys on Sunday? yeah, we also have an interesting car on Sunday. So stick around. Kama hujaacha comment, weka hapo niambie unataka nini, which card you want to watch next. And leave me a like as well. Now subscribe, kwa sababu nafikiri tushaingia 200. Si ndio mtu wangu? See you in the next one, man. And lady. Yeah.